Well, good to see you, my friend. I could use an ally in this desolate place. The Grey Host has turned his attention upon the Reach, but the local ruler refuses my help. This so-called despot of Markarth thinks walls and sentries will hold back their fury. Ard Kadok, self-proclaimed ruler of the Reach. He rarely ventures out of Understone Keep these days. I've come to offer my assistance, but he refuses to listen. Meanwhile, even here in the shadow of the city, Grey Host agents plot and conspire. An alliance of vampires, witches, and werewolves bent on slaughter and conquest. I want to protect the Reach, but to do that, I need to uncover the Grey Host's plans and secure Ard Kadok's cooperation. Would you be willing to help me in this? With your help, we may save the Reach yet. While I continue to exert diplomatic pressure, I need you to find information the Ard will consider valuable. Something concerning the rebels that plague his rule, perhaps. Start by talking to the Sentry. Reach folk deal in bargains. They respect strength and skill, and they believe in rewarding favors. If we can bring something important to the Ard while demonstrating these qualities, I think he'll agree to hear us out. If we're to stop the Grey Host and help the Reach, we don't have a choice. At the very least, we need his resources and support. In my time here, I've heard about these rebels, but I'm not sure the extent of their rebellion. See what you can learn. Remember, remain respectful but wary when dealing with Reach folk. They don't suffer long speeches, not even short ones. Keep your conversation with the Sentry brief and to the point. Once you find something, meet me in Markarth at Understone Keep. This Grey Host is somehow connected to the army that ravaged the land in the First Era. Like their ancient counterpart, I assume they seek to conquer and destroy. I need to learn more to know for sure. Meanwhile, we must get the Reach to prepare. No, of course not. I won't mince words. The Reachmen are a stubborn and unruly people. They resort to violence at the least provocation, but despite the opinion of most civilized Tamriel, they aren't frothing barbarians. The Reach folk possess a distinct culture that you'll see during your time here. They also enjoy the same capacity for virtue and evil as Bretons, Nords, and the other peoples of Tamriel. Animal skins don't make one a barbarian. Actions do. An appellation he earned, as I understand it. Ard Kadok is said to be ruthless and powerful, a cruel leader who seeks the ruin of Tamriel and the death of any who reject the spirits, or what you and I call the Daedric Princes. That he's a king of broken antlers and carrion crows who eats the hearts of his enemies and hunts children for sport? Perhaps. But the legend always overshadows the reality. Kadok's legend is a mix of Daggerfall insults and Reach superstitions. He's a canny leader, who applies both caution and brutality in equal measure. He calls himself Ard, the king of the fort, but his rule isn't absolute. Most Reach clans respect him, however. His help will be crucial in the battles ahead. This Grey Host is somehow connected to the army that ravaged the land in the First Era. Like their ancient counterpart, I assume they seek to conquer and destroy. I need to learn more to know for sure. Meanwhile, we must get the Reach to prepare. Yes, so my ward Fenorian has told me, which is even more of a reason for you to help me here in the Reach. Whatever Radha al-Saran began in Western Skyrim, I believe he has something even more terrible in mind for the Reach folk. No, of course not. I won't mince words. The Reach folk possess a distinct culture that you'll see during your time here. They also enjoy the same capacity for virtue and evil as Bretons, Nords, and the other peoples of Tamriel. Animal skins don't make... And you as well. I only wish we weren't in the midst of yet another crisis. I formed the Raven Watch to deal with this type of eventuality, but even with centuries to prepare, I find myself caught off guard. And Cadoc's stubbornness doesn't help. Yes, but too few. We tracked Rada al-Saron to the Reach and found the place crawling with Grey Host warriors. He's here for a reason, and I think it goes beyond simple conquest, but the truth of his motives elude me.
Didn't you hear? You and that fancy bastard aren't welcome here. Get! Or I'll make a scarf out of your guts! We know all about the Blood Drinkers and the Beast Folk. We were dealing with them just fine before Ard Cadoc called us back to Markarth. The Witch Rebels are a bigger threat, along with outsiders who try to get into our business. Some wilder witch has been stirring up the clans to the east of Markarth, making trouble for Ard Cadoc. But we'll have her head on a pike soon enough. Look, if you want to see the Ard, then bring news he doesn't know. Something about the rebels.
I heard what the sentry said. Why would Caddoc recall his soldiers and leave the Grey Host unmolested? That makes no sense. Go. Learn more about these so-called witch rebels. We can use what you find to get us into Ard Cadoc's throne room.
Go east and sniff out the rebels, outsider. Maybe that will get you your meeting with the Ard. Now I need to return to Understone Keep and report to Ard Cadoc.
Stay here as long as you like. I'm done waiting for Ard Cadoc to muster the clans.
Are you now? And what do you plan to do about it? Join those rebels? You wouldn't have the first clue about how to find them.
That's where you're wrong. Connell says they're gathering in the eastern foothills.
Well, then your head can wind up on a pike with the rest of them, you damn fool. Away, stranger. I don't deal with outsiders.
Stay back. If you're one of those invaders, be aware that my fellow rebels are right behind the bend. You are? Well, I haven't actually gone and joined them yet. I was just about to head for their camp, but... well, I don't know exactly where it is. Just that it lies to the east in the foothills. Or so I was told. Oh, I said too much. Go away!
Away, stranger.
Get away from me, you reeker! You think a rich warrior with only one good leg can't cut you? Well, think again! The Grey Host? Does it look like I've been bitten or clawed? It's the damn witch rebels. And they can't tell a reach folk from a monster any better than you can. They thought I was one of those invaders. Spirits, take the lot of them. Aye, like a pack of wild dogs they were. Kept shouting, Arana, Arana, as they bore down on me. I took an arrow in the leg before they listened to me. Before they decided I wasn't an invader. I think Arana spoke to me. I think she was their leader. No, like ghosts these rebels are. I plan to return to Markarth and petition the Ard to let me take a war party out to find them. They must be hiding in the eastern foothills. I don't care if they are fighting the Grey Host. They're mine.